Penguin Random House Audio presents A Dude's Guide to Baby Size. What to expect and how to prep for dads to be. This is the author, Taylor Calmus. Introduction. Gentlemen, start your engines. Well, you've done it. You've gotten your lady pregnant. Boom, nailed it. Isn't it funny how you never know if your boys can swim until they do? Well, cheers to you, my friend. Your loins are home state to at least one squirmy little Olympian. If your wife gave you this book and you're confused right now, let me just say this one more time. You are going to be a father. Congrats. In less than 40 weeks, you'll be a pop holding your dear little offspring, but so much will happen between now and then. Your house will become cluttered with baby paraphernalia, your Corvette may be traded in for a Honda Odyssey, and your lady will gain a solid 20 to 40 pounds. That's the equivalent of an average-sized house dog. But you know that already. What you don't know is what's happening inside your wife's incubator, the womb. She surely has a few books comparing your unborn child to an apple or a stalk of broccoli, but I take issue with that. First off, your baby isn't some weeny little vegetable. Your baby is a hardcore little badass that's straight up growing organs on a weekly basis. Second, how big is a stalk of broccoli? What the heck's a kumquat? Nope, no more. I introduce to you A Dude's Guide to Baby Size. Inside this book, you'll find information on your growing baby, encouragement for helping mom-to-be, and ideas on how to begin becoming a dude dad. Each week's title, along with the corresponding image, is an example of what the baby size is at that week, but the object is something a dad will know. Now, I know guys don't like to be told how to do things. I don't either. It's why we don't stop for directions. I hate those videos of people telling parents the proper way to get their kids to poop or how to make a baby sleep for 14 hours straight. Nobody is an expert on parenting. Okay, maybe you are if you have 10 or more kids and all of them are nuns, but otherwise, nope. You're just winging it. I know I'm not an expert. I've read 3 books about parenting, and this is one of them. Plus, every kid is unique and wired differently. But have I gone through this? Yes. Can I tell you about my experiences and hope that you'll learn something from them? Yeah, I can do that. I'll share my experiences and what has and hasn't worked for me. If you want to do it my way, cool. If you don't, well, good luck. There are a lot of things a dad-to-be can be doing during pregnancy besides gaining more weight than mom-to-be. You're starting an amazing journey right now. So I hope I can come along and help you through to the moment you hold your little lug nut for the very first time. Think of me as your best friend who is eager to help you prepare for what will be the biggest transition of your life. This book isn't necessarily about pregnancy. It's about fatherhood. Since these 40 weeks are a part of an incredible ride you're taking with your wife, these pages will help start to open you up to fatherhood. Things she'll say during the first trimester. You did this. You did this to me. Nothing fits. I'm too small for maternity clothes, but I'm too big for regular clothes. Guess it's a leggings day. Babe, you cannot let me eat after 6 p.m. anymore. No, I need you to pull your weight too, and that's watching mine. 20 minutes later. You do not get to tell me what I can and cannot eat. Are you carrying a child? My body is making a baby. What is your body doing? Just sweating and growing hair. I have to pee. I have to pee. I have to pee. Oh my gosh, I have to pee. I have to pee. Babe, I feel so sick. I haven't been to Target in like 4 days. That's how sick I feel. Think I could be having withdrawals. Well, it's actually super healthy for pregnant women to fart, so you should just be happy that I'm healthy. Babe, we need new shampoo. This scent makes me nauseous. Babe, my boobs are getting so big from all the extra hormones. Not those kinds of hormones. I have a headache. Week 1. It begins. I know what you're thinking. I don't see anything. During this week, your little nugget isn't actually conceived yet. The lining of the uterus is thickening and preparing for guests. Your wife's uterus is like a bed and breakfast that's open once a month. Even if nobody shows up, they still make the beds and wash the towels and clean the waffle iron. And if the guests show up on the wrong date, they get sent packing. Sorry, buddy, closed for renovations. But your little dude knew that and won't be checking in until next week. He's just chilling out, waiting for construction to be complete. Baby made reservations. That's how hardcore your baby is. Sound like broccoli to you? Didn't think so. So over these 40 weeks, you're going to need to learn a lot about the female body and all the fantastic things it can do. Hey, if she can carry a baby and go into labor, is it too much to ask you to do a little homework? To give you a jump start on your gestation education, here are some important pregnancy words you need to know. Dude-splained. Chromosomes. Remember those mosquitoes in Jurassic Park that were encapsulated in the tree sap and carried dino DNA? Basically that. Ovaries. Think of these as gumball machines inside a woman that release one gumball, egg, a month into the hopper, fallopian tube. Embryo. For the first 8 weeks, your fertilized egg doesn't have a name, so they came up with this one. But seriously, who would want to be called embryo? Imagine embryo on the playground. Cue the soundtrack from a Pixar film. Embryo is sliding down the fallopian tube, picking up all these cells before she enters the uterus. Amniotic sac. This is the sac of fluid that your baby lives in inside the womb. It's like a jacuzzi that is set to the perfect baby growing temp, and your baby just chills in it for 9 months. Placenta. This is the organ that connects to the uterus and gives your growing baby everything he needs. Picture a personal chef next to your baby's hot tub who provides your baby with the perfect nutrition plan throughout pregnancy. Lamaze, a martial art practiced by ninjas in the mountains of Japan 1,000 years ago. Hyperemesis. Think of the worst hangover ever. But this kind of morning sickness comes from being pregnant and not from the case of Milwaukee's Best you had last night. Booty bombs. This is just a warning that your wife is going to be farting. A lot. Week 2. Sperm. Now is the time to enjoy lots of sex with your partner, so go for it, as often as you like. Pregnancy day by day. I second that. Taylor Calmus. This is Sparta. When you and your lady get to it, you release about 250 million sperm. This is like a freaking army of little white soldiers playing a game of capture the egg. Which is totally relevant because a vagina is basically a war zone filled with landmines and booby traps that kill off a ton of the sperm. This stuff is straight up medieval. It's survival of the fittest, and most soldiers won't make it. Sometimes it ends in a literal bloodbath, aka the period. Come on, man, don't get grossed out now. If you're going to make it as a dad, you're going to need to have a stronger stomach. In the movie 300, King Leonidas leads 300 Spartans into battle against Xerxes and his army. In your epic movie, only about 200 of the 250 million sperm arrive at the site of the egg. Despite all the odds, your strongest little soldier breaks through the castle walls and conquers the egg. Boom. Sparks. Magic. Pixie dust. Conception. So you're telling me there's a chance? Did you know that sperm have less than 1 in a million chance of making it to the place of fertilization? That is insane odds. You're more likely to be killed by flesh-eating bacteria than a sperm is to reach fertilization. In fact, here's a list of ridiculous things that are more likely to happen. You have a 1 in 662,000 chance of winning an Olympic gold medal. You have a 1 in 11,500 chance of winning an Academy Award. You have a 1 in 250,000 chance of getting killed by a meteorite. You have a 1 in 500 chance of being born with 11 fingers or toes. And you have a 1 in 10,000 chance of being injured by a toilet. The good news is that you don't have just one sperm to bet on. You're at the horse races and you've got a good feeling about Western Showdown, but you're also going to throw down a bet on about 250 million other horses as well. All you need is one horse to win.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?